And what I mean by that, currently our world is demanding more from us. There's a lot more uncertainty, and our jobs require more from us. It's everywhere across the board. It's not just our jobs. It's even in our language and how we speak to each other. That has shifted. How we handle relationships, whether it be with how we handle our parents or our children, our friends, our neighbors, and our spouses, right? Our siblings, all that. Every relationship we have is being handled differently now. And it can often feel like everything is so sensitive, right? What all that is, like, so, okay, let's go back. Where the whole world is changing, all right? So we have all this issues with our relationship. We have all this health. It seems like there's more diseases. There's more issues with health. There's more people suffering. There's more diagnosis of this, that, and everything else. And it seems to be a drug for everything except for what ails you, right? And it seems like nothing's really getting diagnosed and everything's being funneled under a pharmaceutical care. And to a degree, that is actually happening. But the other aspect of it that is happening is we are expanding our understanding of health. We're expanding our understanding of the human experience. And therefore, we are diagnosing more. We are also investigating deeper. And so it's a bit of both happening. Yes, there is the pharmaceutical push because that's where the money is driven, but then there's also healthcare is looking deeper into the causes of these things. So therefore, don't go to the doctor and go, "Doctor, I have a headache," and they go, "Here, take the aspirin." Now you go to the doctor, "I have a headache." They start asking you investigative questions. They start running blood work. They start running MRIs. Like, they start looking into why, what is the cause of the headache versus just take the aspirin and go. And many of us are at the point with busy lives going, sometimes I just want the aspirin and go. But in the end, this is an expansion of how we look at the body and how we look at health. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying that that the medical system is working. There is definitely, the medical system is broken. Health needs to be expanded and clarified and diagnosed better, and all sorts of problems in there. But it's not just a conspiracy theory of pharmaceuticals are out to get us. Okay, so that's all I want to say with that. But that's expanding it's more showing our expansion, our relationships, the way we don't have the gender defined roles like we used to. And so we're expecting more out of our relationships, and we're also showing up differently in these relationships, right? So the relationships themselves are being asked to hold more than they used to, right? It used to be everybody had their role, and this is how you treat. This is the way you spoke to your mother. This is the way you spoke to your children. This is the way you spoke to your spouse. This is the way you spoke to your neighbor, and this is how you spoke to your friend. And there were socially agreed upon beliefs of how you did that. Well, those are breaking down. We don't speak to our neighbor the same way we used to. We don't speak to our parents the same way we used to. Same with our children. We're not raising them the same way we used to, right? These are all expansions of who we are. And where the dysfunction is happening is in us, in the transition of going from the old way to the new way, because the new way is unknown. There isn't a predetermined method of what works and what doesn't work. Whereas in the old ways, when everybody had their role and the way they were supposed to be, there was a well-known, everybody agreed upon behavior expectation. That's not there anymore, okay? And we are in that, those guidelines aren't there. The what's acceptable is completely changed in an expanded way, but the agreed upon rules aren't there yet because we haven't solidified that evolution yet. We're still kind of working out the details of it. And so the nervous system doesn't know where to land.